Welcome to the show. Happy Thursday.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for being here.
I don't know about you, but has this week been super weird or?
It's been pretty crazy, but we got a great show planned. Although,
yeah, what's happening?
when I look at you, we look normal.
Yeah.
But when I look at the computer, we look like we're little kids.
I know.
What is that about?
What is happening?
Oh, I know. I think there's a filter on the app. Let me see if I can adjust it.
Let's see.
Let's see.
There we go.
Okay. There. Did that do
man.
it? Did that do it, you guys?
That's weird. I mean, technology is
every day
crazy.
we find new things with this this app. It's pretty sweet.
Tinkering with this has been probably one of the best little blessings that has come out of this.
Yes, trying to make good things out of bad. As we said at the beginning of all of this, now that this has happened, what does this make possible? And we're learning new things. We're bringing up pictures. We're bringing up guests. We're learning about cool
and
kid
it's so
filters.
cool to see so many people coming back day after day. Ian, good morning. And I see Kristen's here, and Jim, and Steven, and another Kim. Did I say Kim twice? I don't know.
Could be a couple. Was it your Kim?
I know.
I'm
confusing myself. And my coffee is actually over here. I gotta grab that.
So professional. We're all ready.
Oh, we can't have spilled coffee on the computer.
I love that filter.
I know.
That's cool.
What should we call it?
Should do that more often.
The Fountain of Youth filter.
Fountain of Youth filter. All right. Well, how are you guys doing today? It's rainy and gloomy here. Evidently, spring is on its way, but I'm not sure. Good to have you guys with us.
We have a big baking day here today.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that on gloomy days, our house turns into a bakery. I don't know if anyone can relate to that with the bakers in the house, but we've got two types of banana bread going. We've got sugar-free banana bread and regular. What'd you guys put in it? What'd you put in that, Ben? The Greek yogurt banana bread.
Ben, you should have saw. We had there was a filter up that made us look like little kids.
It was weird. Crazy. And then Lucy's also making chocolate chip cookies because we don't have enough carbs and whatnot. So
yeah, you need to.
What do they
call
it?
It's a time for emotional eating.
The COVID 15 or 19.
The coronavirus 15. It's like the freshman 15. You add 15 extra pounds because you're home just eating.
Right.
Crazy. So we've got banana bread, which leads me to our first poll. We have a poll today. For those of you who are joining us live, as always, you can ask a question by hitting the little green button at the bottom of the screen. Ask a question, but we also have a poll today. Today we have a poll. We're asking about banana bread preferences. We're asking,
this is real life, people.
Nuts or no nuts. So you got two options. You got
no nuts for Kim.
Yes, nuts or no nuts. So
not you. Are you nuts, Kim? Do you want nuts?
That's obvious. But so feel free to hit the poll button down there. Weigh in. We'll get in on the results later. So. People are very opinionated on this, but go ahead and hit the poll. It's 50-50 as of right now. So we'll check back in a second.
We were seriously no nuts in our house.
People are passionate about this. We've been inside too long.
Because we never grew up with nuts in our banana bread. I don't even know what kind of nuts people put in. So Ian says walnuts, hazelnuts. What do people put in?
Grape nuts.
Grape nuts. The little dancing guys with the guitars.
No, those would be California raisins. Grape nuts are a cereal.
Oh, well, right. Are they similar?
Not even a little bit.
Merged life. Oh man.
So what else? Well, we're bringing the fun today.
Yes.
We've been
kind of serious.
Some serious, but good and hopefully encouraging. Right. But it's that point where we're maybe in need of a little bit more fun ideas for fun. Maybe you
fun ideas for fun. So meta.
I speak professionally, so you may have already put together all the puzzles in your house 7 times. Tired of Netflix streaming, things like that.
The vote isn't working for Kim. Sorry.
Well, I think Kim said no nuts, so we'll put that in the
We'll count it.
We'll add that. It'll be like a mail
Analog, like the prison cell.
Yeah. What do they
Anyone
call
else feeling like you're counting the days on the walls, or is it just us?
Yeah, they're blending together. But no, we've got some fun ideas. So
yeah,
some of these, some of you may have heard of before, maybe have even done, maybe have even inspired. Got a good group of people here. But surely there's at least one idea here that you'll have to try.
And send us pictures, because we could share them in the show, which would be so fun to see. Here's the other creative aspect to this. Okay, so I did some digging around for fun ideas to share. And the lens I was looking through was in this unique time, right? So some people are home alone. Some people are with one other person. Some people are with many people. So I was trying to kind of think of ones that can be adapted. So just look through whatever lens you're living within. I know Ian is on his own right now. Kim's on her own. There's other people on here that I know have kids and whatnot. So just look through that lens, and a lot of these can be adapted through like a Skype video or FaceTime or Zoom or whatever you're using. So you can do these kind of things with folks simultaneously through video.
Yeah.
So,
and if you have ideas that we haven't thought of or don't share, we'd love to hear it. Little tweaks, things like that. So kick us off, Kim.
All right. So I think the one I'll start with is the one we did last night at dinner time. So it is called Spatula City. And the premise is that you pull out all of the big utensils in the kitchen, like the ice cream scoop and the ladle and the whisk and all those huge big ones that get put in the bowl or the big drawer for it, right? And then everyone picks a utensil, and then they have to eat their entire dinner with that utensil, which you could totally do via FaceTime, by the way.
Yeah, and we actually did it last night, and I have pictures.
Oh boy.
So I'm happy to share those.
I didn't know
here
that those
we go.
would be shared.
Yeah,
so
I've got them.
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
so let's see. We've got, let's focus this up so you can see. Here's Ben. Ben, basically the way I did this, because our kids know Spatula City, so once they knew what we were doing it, I hid 5 utensils and had them give me a number between 1 and 5. And so the funny thing is Ben got to go, and he picked this, and he was like so excited to get the spaghetti fork, and as if he won, you know. Then let's see, we've got here's Jenny. She's got kind of a big spatula with holes in it. And there's the girls. Lucy got a wooden spoon, which hers was the easiest to eat, but the most difficult to get food on.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
The rest of us
didn't have much of a scoop on it.
No, the rest of us had to bend our necks back really hard. Kim got an ice cream scooper, so she experimented with a lot of different ways.
There were a lot of jokes about me getting my tongue cut off because I was trying to use the actual push to kind of help myself, but it was risky.
Disclaimer:
business.
If you get injured by this game, it's not our fault.
Right.
And then I had a soup ladle, so I was trying to make the best of it myself. So that was fun last night. It was, and what I love about this is it's so easy.
It's spontaneous.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Like you just get the stuff out, and it's immediate laughter and fun. So,
yes, I will definitely say I've played that before with the whisk, and that is tough because you got to get the food in there, and then you got to get it out. The whisk is probably the most fun. So if you can plant that for someone at your table, that
almost like a practical joke,
yes,
then give them something else after.
Last very long.
But it depends what you got. You never know.
Mm-hmm. All right, next one. This one is another easy one. And it's a cool one if you could surprise those that you're with at the last minute, is dessert first. So plan something. It could be really simple. It could just be ice cream, you know, but just all of a sudden say, hey, we're doing dessert first, even though the dinner's ready and sitting on the stove. To have dessert first is just super freeing and is a big win every time.
Yep.
So easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Now, one of them that's kind of fun to give people, people, when you have to leave your home to go, go to the grocery store or go get gas or pick something up or go to work or whatever, there's less people on the road, but people are distracted. So one way to give them something that when they go home, they'll be telling other people about is one of our all-time classics, which is sticky cup. Basically, you get an empty cup from a coffee shop or a fast food place, tape it to the top of your car. It can just be with masking tape. It doesn't have to be fancy because they're not really going to notice that part anyway. And just drive around. And all of a sudden, everyone will be like forgotten completely about coronavirus because you've just given them another emergency to be concerned about, that you have Taco Bell on your car or you have Starbucks on your car. And your job is to just act natural, just act normal, like it's no big deal. It will probably be difficult once you get to the stop sign, because then they'll pull up right next to you and they'll be like, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, getting your attention. It's like they were just going to go try to go find toilet paper, and now they're following you to Timbuktu because they have to tell you that you have Taco Bell in your car. So that's a fun way to.
We are definitely doing that in the next few days.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
We'll have to do it maybe during like the work hour commute for the most people, because there's just less people on the road right now, which is good. So that's a good one for sure.
Yeah.
All right. This is a good one. And I think this one could be really adapted to people through video, is what we call the closet raid banquet. So set up, that you're having dinner with a friend or a family member via video, or of course with those who are with you. And then when you show up, basically you will have raided your closet in a very silly way. So whether it's dress up clothes or just kind of mixing things up crazily, and you can do this so that you're just surprising the people that you're having dinner with, or you could all do it together, which is kind of fun either way. But I don't know about you, we have a box or 6 of dress up clothes.
A lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff in this house.
But I don't think we're alone. I think you kind of accumulate a few things here and there for like a Halloween
Maybe you have
party.
an old leisure suit laying around, or your wedding dress.
Actually, Rachel Crimmins just shared about the kids said something about having mom wear her wedding dress, so she wore it to dinner that night. This was just recently.
That's pretty rad. So another twist on this is a lot of people are doing Zoom calls. Our associate Jenna that works with us, she emailed me about people are putting in backgrounds. Like there's a way to put fun backgrounds in your Zoom. I don't know. I don't remember if I got a link to that, but Jenna, I think Jenna's here. If she puts a link to where people can download backgrounds for Zoom, but that's kind of fun. Or just in general, dressing up in a funny hat or whatever for any Zoom calls you have. I think if you're a true adultitis fighter, you might even do it in a business work Zoom. Like if you have to do
like a space,
a Skype call or a Zoom call with your coworkers, and just show up wearing something ridiculous and just totally act like it's normal.
Is
See
that
how long it
FaceTime?
takes.
Can you do that in FaceTime on the iPhone?
You do anything, any communication you have, dress up. And like, you're talking about the background. No, I'm talking about the closet raid banquet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So just see how long it takes for someone to notice that you've got something weird going on. Go for that.
All right, next one. This one is always one that produces a lot of laughs. It's called Gday Mate, which is basically an accent dinner. So, and this could just be a conversation too. Like whatever next conversation you have via video or phone, just start speaking in a new accent. And if you're like me, you'll start merging like 6 different, types of countries and whatnot, right? I mean,
it usually ends up being like pirate talk. It doesn't. But it starts out Irish and then it just
all blends in because it's a melting pot here in the United States, and
yeah, we're all pirates. We all sound like pirates. Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of a fun one to try. Either the whole dinner, maybe everyone takes a different accent, and then you just try to carry on your normal conversation through that accent, which definitely eventually ends in just everyone laughing. But
when I remember when we first did this, we came up with this idea, and I went to the drive-in.
It was for an escape plan challenge.
Yeah, I went to a drive-in. This was the one I was most nervous about, and I remember I think I tried to do like an Australian accent, like a Happy Meal, please, and that Ian's like, no, and good day, mate, and the woman, I was so nervous about what she would think of me. And I don't know why I cared, because I probably made her day. That's the thing. And what it did was it got me out of my comfort zone. And anytime we can get out of our comfort zone, even in the act of being silly, then the next time we have to get out of our comfort zone, that comfort zone is a little bit bigger. And especially when it's something a little bit more important, right? Asking your boss for a raise, or asking that special someone out on a date, that takes some effort. So being able to stretch that muscle is always a good way to do that. Gday Mate is a fun one. We interrupt this broadcast though to check in on the poll. This poll that was brought to you by Banana Bread. We're making banana bread right now. I wish you could smell it right now.
It's so good, pretty good. Smell-o-vision.
So we asked the question: banana bread, nuts or no nuts? And right now we are dead even.
Except
down
for
the
Kim's.
middle. Ooh, yeah, Kim. I don't know if Kim was able to get in and vote or not, but if not, then the no nuts. We've got nuts, of course, and are you nuts? No way are the two choices. And right now, no nuts appears to be winning. So if you have not voted in our important, vital poll,
this is pretty life-changing.
I mean, this is census. This is the important one. You want to do that at the very bottom of the screen. All right, back to our regular scheduled program of seriousness.
So this one is definitely an old classic for us called Silly Soap Opera. So this can be done, again, I think this can be done together with a friend watching the same show, okay? So if you happen to be watching the same show on Netflix or whatever, and you're hanging out on Skype, you don't have to be on the same couch together. So basically you mute the show and, pick something that's more dramatic than usual. So, we don't actually have cable. So you'd have to just kind of look for a movie that looks like an old timey movie.
Let's pull some up on Netflix that looks weird. A documentary can be good.
Or a newscast is good. Weather, something that's kind of predictable a little bit. So you kind of have a little bit easier time.
I like Sports Center too, or some like any kind of news show like that where you kind of know the format of it, but there's a ridiculousness that you can bring to it.
So then, of course, push mute and then just basically take turns speaking for them and take characters and kind of have storylines going. And I tell you what, we used to do this every year during our little Christmas gathering at my mom's house. And it'd be late at night, all the kids would be in bed, and we would have so many laughs of just like, hearing my dad do like a girl's voice, or my mom trying to do some little old lady's voice, or, whatever it is. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
Yeah, there was that one time we were doing the soap opera and I got into a love scene with your mom.
Yeah, that's awkward.
And you can't undo that. So be careful.
Be careful what you pick for a show.
You know how they're going to say, don't try this at home. We encourage you to try it at home, but be careful. All right. That's all I got to say about that.
Steven says, "Arr." Oh, good. Kim got to vote. So we'll see. We'll see what that brings it up to. Oh, that's cool. Jim Kramer says, my neighbor is reading a novel aloud on Facebook Live each night. Oh, man. There's a lot of nuts if that just went away.
I did it up here. There we go. From 8:30 to 9. That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. I've heard that Audible has like a free thing going on right now. So there's just a lot of cool stuff happening with that.
Yep.
Living room concerts like crazy. I mean, if you are a Coldplay fan and you're missing Chris Martin in his living room right now, I think he's doing it almost every other day or more often. So it's pretty cool.
Shelby says, I've looked for a site to teach you to imitate an accent by writing words phonetically. I saw a speech in Toastmasters where this was the topic. It was interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is interesting. What also is interesting is that people that live in Ohio tend to be the most, what's the word, like generic. So a lot of sportscasters and news.
For their voice.
Their voice is the
really
most
rude.
accenty.
Okay.
I remember we grew up in Illinois, and I remember when we went to New York one time, and the waiter was like, "You guys from Chicago?" And I'm like, "How did you know that?" Like, it's like, what? Like,
we don't
because
feel
I
like
don't
we are.
have that thick accent, but just certain things, the way we say them,
guys.
there's a little bit Chicago.
And now that we've been in Wisconsin for 20 years, it doesn't take long for people to be like, say Wisconsin again, Wisconsin.
Yes.
So all right, so everybody's got Silly Soap Opera. Can you handle that one? That one's pretty awesome. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. This one we've never actually done, and I'm really challenged by this one to do this soon. It's called Picasso the Portions. So it's a dinner one again. I know. So basically the whole concept of Picasso's art style, which is you should be the one to explain this. How would you?
Well, some of Picasso's work, when he gets to be really abstract, like things are in weird places, and like the eye is over here and the mouth is up here, and so it's somewhat unexpected.
Yeah.
I guess would be a good way to put it.
Basically, when you're serving up dinner, do something unexpected. Look at things a little differently. So put the main dish, the main course, in a cup, okay? Or maybe have your salad in an ice cream dish, or drink out of bowls. Okay, so just basically mix up what you would normally do, the bowls, the cups,
It's kind of like breaking rules that don't exist, right? That only ice cream dishes can have ice cream in them, right?
Like, can you picture meatloaf in a mug? Wouldn't that be? And then put mashed potatoes on top, like it's whipped cream. I mean, you could get really artsy, like the whole Pinterest.
We just created a dish. If you have a food truck right now, we just created $1 million dish for you. Meatloaf in a mug.
We've been watching a lot of food truck shows.
By the way, thank you, Jenna. Jenna posted a link shared by Tara about the Zoom background. So there is a link to that in the chat section here in Crowdcast.
Toby Mack is doing a house tour, different room in his house every night. How am I missing that?
That's awesome. Maybe we should do that. We should go on location. Like, we're coming to you live from the garage today, folks.
It's cold. Yeah. And then, of course, Christy pulls out her Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's
they're
really there, up there,
Yep. So
so thick we put it on.
Right. We should do that. We should do that one tonight, the Minnesota one.
Oh yeah, we'll teach the kids how to do that. Okay.
You can.
All right, I think we're coming to the end of our meal ideas, but a couple other little fun things. I reached out on Facebook and said to the folks today and said,
"You betcha."
You bet.
It says, "You betcha."
For the folks who are at home alone, and what are some of the things you guys are doing? So if there's people here that want to chime in and share some of your ideas, we'd love to hear them. A couple that were shared on Facebook is Kim Suba, a friend of ours from college and high school. She had said that she is showing up on Zoom calls with her students in different outfits. So she is a teacher and is doing a virtual classroom right now. And so she's kind of surprising everybody, it sounds like, with the kind of outfits she's showing up, different hats and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. And then Ian, who's on the call, had said that last night, even though he's apart from his family, that they played Jackbox via some sort of video. And I'm not sure what Jackbox is. I didn't get a chance to look that up.
Is it like Xbox? Or
so you have to tell us, Ian, since you're here.
No, it's not like that at all. It's more fun, I would assume.
And I believe, was that for your son's birthday? It's like party games for your lounge room.
Cool. We got other people that know it. So,
okay.
Yep. Cool.
So that's pretty awesome.
So look that up.
And then Angela Dunlap, is that?
Yes.
I think it was Angela Dunlap had said that she is in the middle of playing a solo 8-challenge campaign of Vidi Culture, which Ian said he actually helped design or something. So that's kind of fun. Small world there. So it's kind of cool to think of what games you can play with other people, even though you're not in the same physical space. So that's kind of a neat idea.
Yes.
The technology is definitely in our favor for this unique time of life.
Well, it's like, what does this make possible, right? And I said that earlier, say it every day. What does this make possible? I've gotten it to the point where now Ben is saying it. So
yeah,
stinking in. But there's just so many cool things that are coming out of this. I know it's really easy, especially if you're following the news closely, to see all of the scary things and the terrible things and the examples of people being jerk butts to each other. And all of that stuff is happening, but also happening are all of the amazing things and all of the uplifting things and the inspiring things and the medical breakthroughs that are happening and the way people are stepping up to share their superpowers. So it's kind of like which pair of glasses are you going to put on? You're going to put on the negative pair, the positive pair, and the key, of course, is that it totally affects your entire mood, your health, your immune system, your positivity. So it's really important to make a choice of what you limit, what you're watching. This past weekend, I went completely without any news. I didn't look at any of the news. And I'm like, maybe the world will be over when I wake up on Monday, and it wasn't. And in fact, there were some other good developments that had happened, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
It helped me to see how addicted I was to like checking in on things and trying to get comfort from the good things, but then also being sabotaged by the bad news, and it's like a disaster. So
yeah, at this point, we know what we need to do to stay safe. We have the information we need. It's like to be checking in all the time is really hard on. It puts you on more of a roller coaster than you need to be.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So hopefully, some of these fun things that we've been sharing are ways to get your mind off of things and focus on the cool things like hanging out with people that you care about. By the way, a lot of these ideas are also shared in the Kim and Jason Guide to Cheap Family Fun. And if you don't know already, we have a free version, special edition with 14 of some of our best ones. They're the ones that work best when you're quarantined. And those are available in the Escape Adulthood League. And of course, you can access that at escapeadulthood.me. Or you can go to escapeadulthood.com. You'll see a little banner with the coronavirus help tools there. And we have all kinds of stuff there, including the special edition of Cheap Family Fun. So if you need any more ideas, if none of these are good for you and you need more, go check that out.
And a lot of the ones that are on there that I didn't pick are more kind of activity based. So I wanted to pick ones here that you could kind of do whether you're alone or together. But if you do have people in your house, there's games to play in person, like throwing paper airplanes and things like that are pretty fun too.
Yeah. Another thing that I wanted to bring up, because we noticed this last night, and I think Jenna sent me an email a while ago about the idea of going on a bear hunt. And this neighborhood had organized it by putting stuffed teddy bears in windows. And then when people go on walks, you're hunting for bears. And last night, as we were on our walk, I noticed this. Well, now, I was like, oh my gosh, what's
extremely scary.
So this.
That's right in our neighborhood.
So someone had put a bear, and I think the bear was holding a bear.
It
right?
was.
Is that
it
right?
was really
So we're like, oh my gosh, there's a bear hunt going on. So that is another thing. If you live in a neighborhood where you've got people that you know, and maybe you're on a Facebook group together or whatever, and you want to do that, that's also a pretty sweet idea, I think, is a neighborhood bear hunt.
I've also been tagged like 1,000 times, which is really flattering and sweet, by people who are putting hearts in their windows. So same concept, but like basically just showing love. And of course, the whole chalk the walk thing too is like getting really popular, where everybody's putting cool things all over their sidewalks. And so it's neat. This part kind of reminds me of post 9/11 a little bit, where remember the flags were everywhere. You just went in the United States, anywhere you went, like everybody had United States flags and just draping big flag ribbons. And so this part is kind of this journey is somewhat reminiscent for me of the unity that I felt back then.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a proof of life, right? There's like spring is happening, but there's also signs of life. There's teddy bears, there's inspirational things on the sidewalks. I think Ed Marks said that their town, Berlin, is hosting a bear hunt.
Nice.
So I've been seeing that. It's been popping up more. Jim says a squirrel just peeked into my dining room window. I think he wants to join the chat. Should I put him down for nuts on the poll?
Will that break the tie?
One last check here. It looks like the no nuts is.
That squirrel could break the tie, Jim. Do you want to ask him real quick and see what he says?
But yeah, if the squirrel says yes, then we're back almost to a dead heat horse race here.
I love to thank you, Jim, for sharing. He says subscribe to the Morning Smile. I don't know what that is, so thank you for bringing ideas to share, because I mean, this is a curation of all of your genius, all you guys, all you Adultitis fighters out there, and it's pretty awesome to see everybody cheering each other along the way. So
hey, did you guys want to say hi or no?
Let's see, one other thing. Oh, here's one other little quick thing that is just kind of a fun way to make quick decisions in the house. Instead, if you're trying to figure out who's doing chores or what, all that not new stuff, but just everyday stuff, is to use the game rock, paper, scissors. Okay, so that's just a fun little extra thing to kind of remember. And it could just even be with your, gym, with your wife, rock, paper, scissors for who's making the bed, that kind of thing. So what do you guys got today? Ooh, some drawings.
Jenny's got some drawings. What do we got here? What are those guys? Are those superheroes?
It's like Super J, but it's a girl.
Oh, it's like Super J, but a girl.
Ah, that's cool.
That's cool.
What's this one?
Super J.
And that's Super J. I like
Someone
the
actually
hair.
mentioned the Kim and Jason comics.
Reminds me of
earlier.
Kid and Play with that hair.
Yeah, that's awesome. The
Big
green.
flat top.
I hear Super Jane. Ah,
Super Jane.
yeah. Super R.
That's pretty good.
Cool. That's awesome.
So these guys have been busy baking this today.
Mhm.
And I think Ben did pretty much a whole loaf of banana bread all by himself,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. We've been doing a lot of kids baking championship at night. And so it really is a neat show from Food Network that kind of inspires you. You're like, why? I could do that. Like, it's pretty empowering, right?
That's another tip. We're putting together some more thoughts. People have been asking us of how we manage to do the whole school at home thing. And we're going to put some more thoughts on that. But that's a perfect example of give yourself permission to skip the curriculum every once in a while. And I mean, these guys, when they're in the kitchen, they're learning fractions, their measurements, they have to figure out temperatures and teamwork and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of hidden learning that happens in our everyday lives that I think we underestimate and forget about. And so maybe that's something you want to do, is give your kids run of the kitchen. And Jenny made up a complete different dessert recipe the other night.
Let me get her recipe. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
She wrote the recipe out, right? What did you call it, Ro?
A pie.
Yeah, here. Yeah, see if we can get that to
All right.
focus a little bit.
So what do we got here? They might not be able to see it very good, but you can explain it. You got all the steps written out here, right? So what do you do?
First step, you need to choose 2 fruits.
2 fruits, okay.
And then you need to get a tortilla and then put sugar on it.
Sugar on it, I like it.
And then you need to cut up the fruit.
Okay, I've just got a little cutting board here with a knife cutting it up. Okay.
And then you need to put the fruit on the tortilla.
Okay, fruit on the tortilla.
And then you put another tortilla on top. And then bake it.
Put it in the oven. And what's this?
And then you put cinnamon on top. And then you put whipped cream with fruit in it. And then you put that on top.
And we all had it, and it was pretty good. And she wrote extra steps just in case you need to add more. So I thought that was some good foresight there. But yeah, so letting the kids make up their own recipes, letting them learn how to follow directions on boxes of easy
brownies. Someone
brownies,
said they had brownies.
hamburger
going.
helper.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So
thanks, guys.
all right, guys.
Anything else you want to say? Okay.
All right.
Say bye. And we also dyed our hair today, if you didn't pick up on that yet.
There's that. There's that. Yeah.
We're trying to do some fun stuff. We actually made a little kit of soft pretzels yesterday, which was really good. But
hence the coronavirus 15. Although I don't know. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. Yeah.
I did see that Duff, the baker that's known for his cakes, and what's his bakery?
Charm City Cakes.
Charm City Cakes. He was going to be doing a live demonstration of how to do soft pretzels. So if you're into soft pretzels, check out his Instagram. Okay.
Very cool. And you wearing that shirt reminds me, I've been playing around in the studio, both analog and digital, and I was inspired to make a couple new t-shirts. So I put, there's a new Shine On t-shirt available at the lemonade stand, and there's a Shine On ladies racerback tank top.
We've never offered a tank top.
First tank top.
It's cute.
It's got spring fever on our mind, and the shirts that we picked are really soft and comfortable. So but I've got so many ideas of t-shirts and new things I want to design. So this is an opportunity. Again, what does this make possible?
The other thing is that Jason is working on a really cool painting right now, which you kind of talked about yesterday with experimenting, but I think we're going to be sharing some more of that in the league. So I've got a couple pictures I've taken of it that I'm going to post today.
Cool.
So little studio sneak peeks coming soon on that. Okay.
Yeah.
I am so excited about tomorrow's show. We have a very special guest coming, a dear friend of ours. In fact, he's like my second cousin. He is going to share some really, really inspiring stuff. So tune in or catch the replay at 3 p.m. Central Time tomorrow.
Yep.
And I think we're all set.
That's it. Thanks guys.
Have a good day.